I figure we'll make one of my little bottles. So these, like what I'm wearing here, that's an essential, you could say, perfume bottle. I love ancient stuff, so they're porcelain, they're glazed on the inside, so you can change the oils. The outside's usually painted and carved. And the lid is a dipper, and it's got a bit of beeswax to keep things nicely sealed. Actually, my first introduction was in high school to clay, and I just loved working with it. But I actually studied graphic design, so there was no clay work there, just life drawing, and that was my favorite in illustration. And my illustrations teacher kept saying that all my drawings were very sculptural, so on the side I sort of always kind of tried to do a little bit. And then I didn't take any formal education. I've just taken classes here and there, and when SIAS still had the program, they had a pottery program. I took a firing and glazing course, just a class, just so I could fire a gas kiln, so that was pretty cool. So I've got this kind of thin enough, I think. So I'm just gonna cut two shapes that match up. It's a challenge sometimes because clay has its own memory. Some clays more than others. Porcelain has memory of its own, and once you shape it into something, it often remembers. If the clay is too hard, it can easily, once it dries, it'll try to dry apart. So you have to make sure that the edges are really soft so that it becomes one. That's the beginning. Now I need to make sure the bottle has an opening and a neck. So I try to use as simple tools as possible. So I use a lot of shish kebab sticks and stuff. They're kind of a good size. So because the clay is still soft, all I have to do is I can kind of figure out where the center is. And I'm just gonna open, because it's soft still, I can just go right in there and open this up. So, and then if I want to, I can take a straw, and you can actually, this is kind of cool, you can actually go in there. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Make it a little bit bigger. But you can blow and it'll stretch the clay a little more to make sure that there's space inside. And then I can attach this. It's a little bit thicker side. And now the bottle's got a little neck to it. There. I have to decide how I want these handles on it to be. It's a dainty little operation. So I want this one kind of right on there. And I'm gonna be changing that, and I'm getting a little crack, so I have to be careful that this doesn't, and that's just water. Keep these moist. And also I gotta make sure that this stays open enough that I'm not pinching it too closed. I'm gonna do a Celtic spiral on here. There's one called a Triskel, which has three circles, and these 3 circles represent land, sea, and sky. I love to shape and form, so that's one of my main reasons. I like to create beautiful things too. I don't want to make some sort of a statement on society or anything. I think, if anything, part of the reason I like to do it is maybe to draw attention more to nature and how beautiful it is and how important it is in our life. With clay work, it goes through such a complete transformation. You start with this little square of clay, and then you manipulate it, change it, and then once it's fired, it turns into stone. And then once you add glazes to it, it becomes something precious. And I love that. I think that's really cool.